Loves. Myra here, shining her light unfiltered. So Source gave me a download 3 times yesterday saying just do it. So that's significant for some of you, and it's definitely significant for me. That'll make sense in a sec because I'm about to talk about fear, and I received a dream download last week 3 times in capital letters, 3 times on fear. So it's obvious that Source wants me to talk about it. False evidence appearing real. Well, there's nothing real about it. It's a complete illusion. Complete bullshit of the EMI, ego mind identity program. And the other thing I want to say is that if you really knew who you truly are, you wouldn't have fear. You would be completely fearless. Because you see, there's 2 versions of you, or 2 dimensions of you, however you want to look at it. One is your false self, which is the EMI, ego, mind, identity. And then there is your true self, creator consciousness, given energy to create with. You are source awareness, expanded awareness, love, wisdom, sentience, I am presence, however you want to, look at that. And so almost 8 billion people on the planet are in their false self versions, controlled by their thinking mind. They're constantly ruminating about the past and worrying about the future. And they are stuck in their obsessive thinking and in their thoughts, worrying about the future and stressing about the future and thinking about the past and should have, could have, would have, and all this nonsense. A complete program. Really, the only prison that you're in is the mind. The mind is the prison because the EMI, ego mind identity consists of misunderstandings, misperceptions, misinterpretations. It consists of concepts, theories, ideologies, belief systems, fear, and you are not your thoughts, you are not your thinking, you are not your emotions, you are not your feelings, you are not your sensations, and you are not your experiences. You are consciousness having experiences and having an experience. We are infinite, formless, pristine, whole and complete. And then you got to ask yourself, oh yes, so this is also a great distinction to remember which version you are operating in. The false self judges and reacts, and the true self observes and responds accordingly, either in the neutrality or, consciously, responds consciously. That's how you know. So, and basically the elites control this matrix, this system, this reality, this simulation, this game, however you want to call it, through fear and bullshit belief systems. It's crazy. And it's basically self-sustaining because we are born into the program, and we, you know, as children, we take on, we embody these belief systems and fears, and they are being projected onto us. Most of the time they're not even ours. So that just, you know, I mean, you know, we all go through that. That's part of the game structure, I guess you could say, in kind of a sick way. But you know, that's how this place is controlled, and then through, you know, fear mongering, through the television, the idiot box, which most of humanity still watches. Well, at least the NPCs do anyway. I haven't watched the idiot box for about 12 years, maybe more. Filled with full of 90% lies and absolute bullshit. You know, that kind of keeps the system going. Fear, you know, promoting the fear. It's just crazy. And then there's fears of all sorts of things. Fear of the unknown, fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, fear of true love, fear of success, fear of failing at whatever, fear of judgment, fear of what others will think of you, fear of public speaking, and the list goes on. It blocks it's the main blocker of the root chakra. The root chakra is blocked by fear, first of all, so they're keeping you in the lower chakras. It's blocking you from living your best life and fulfilling your desires and so forth, and everything that you want and that you desire is on the other side of it. And before I forget, I don't know if this is coming up on reverse mode because I've got the video on reverse mode, but anyway, I'll just take maybe a screenshot of this if you guys want to look at this a bit more deeply. But I just started reading this book. This found me, by the way, out in the street as I went walking. Things just land in my lap basically these days. You know, divine timing, divine orchestration. And so I mean, I love the title, right? So this guy even writes a book about it, you know, doesn't give a fuck basically of what people think of him. Now, mind you, this guy, I only just started reading the book and it's already awesome. Basically, he's been an alcoholic for more than 30 years. He didn't have the best thoughts. He kind of thinks he's a loser and has been a loser. But his passion was, you know, writing and blogs and writing and different styles of writing. And that was just his passion, and he continued doing that. And eventually he got noticed. He was just like, started putting himself out there, but because he wasn't attached to the outcome, and he just didn't give a shit really of what others thought, this became a #1 bestseller. And he's a very popular blogger with millions of views and so forth. So, and when you think about it, what's there to fear anyway? Well, first of all, it's just a fake ass program, and then you're the only one here. Everyone is your reflection, and everyone is you pushed out. So what, you're going to fear yourself? And you are source consciousness, you are God, you are source. So what, you're going to feel, you're going to fear source, you're going to fear God. God doesn't judge. You are God, you are source creator, having a very temporary human experience. And we're here to have experience, and we're here to have fun. And it's through the, say, discomfort, it's breaking through the programming, it's breaking through the barriers, and of the fear. Breaking through, and this is how we grow and evolve and expand. Because nothing gets achieved in comfort zones. Right? So, yeah, it's time to choose love instead of fear. We came here to live our best life. We came here for awesomeness. We came here to have fun. We came here to experience. And everything you want is on the other side of fear. Life basically starts when we put an end to fear, because it's a major block, right? Like, so many humans just don't live their life. They don't have the experiences. They don't grow. They don't expand because they stay in their fucking comfort zones. They're just living out their life, not doing that much. And like I said earlier, there's so many different types of fears. I think the most popular or on average fear that most people fear is, say, being seen or public speaking, being on stage or public speaking, and the other one is fear of the unknown, and fear of, I think mainly fear of what will other people think. Who gives a fuck? People are always going to think something. They're always going to judge. They're always going to criticize. They're always going to hate on you. Why? Because your light shines on their stagnation. It shines on their insecurities and whatever else they've got going on. Mainly stagnation, because deep down, they really want to be able to to do what you can do is have the courage and be brave enough to break through discomfort and fear. If I had fear of the unknown, say for example, I would not have traveled to Egypt by myself last year with, you know, not that much finances behind me, with nothing planned. It was my first time going to Egypt. I had no freaking idea what to expect. But I decided to have trust in myself, to have trust in the divine, to have trust in the universe, and because I wanted to have fun, I wanted to live my life, I wanted to have the experience, I wanted to expand and grow and learn something and experience. If I had fear of getting on stage in front of 100 or 200 people, I would not have been a successful aerobics instructor. Les Mills instructor back then. It was the Les Mills program. I was teaching other classes, but my favorite one was body attack, you know, quite high impact aerobics. And I was very passionate about it. But, you know, I had to get over that fear of getting on stage. And, you know, speaking with the speaker and doing the moves and speaking and doing the high impact moves at the same time. If I had the fear of failing studies and doing exams at university, I would not have my university degree. And the list goes on. So yeah, so the way that we get over it, guys, is that fear just needs to be made clear. It needs to be looked at. We need to get to the cause of it, to shine our light on it, and then just move through it. It just feels uncomfortable for a few seconds and then it's okay. That's all it is. When I say it wants to be made clear, make it clear, it doesn't mean you need to share it with others and talk about it with others all the time or share it with a group of or a large group of people. No, make it clear for yourself, with yourself, right? So for example, I had to reflect on this over the last few months. I'm like, because I'm about to get on stage again in a couple of months to break through the barrier and face my fears of, you know, public speaking and speaking in front of large audiences. And I've done it before, not just with teaching aerobics, but with other businesses and so forth, other occasions. But yeah, I'll be doing it again in a couple of months because I'm going to be a life coach, right? So that's just what I'm going to have to do. If I'm passionate about being a life mentor. And so anyway, I reflected on, okay, when did it begin when I was a child? And why am I afraid of public speaking? Or why was I afraid? Why was this like a big deal for me, right? And there's many reasons for it. I found more than just one, but I got to the main cause of it. And one of them is when I was about 11, I was doing a dance performance with my best friend, and it was for a school play, and we practiced so much, and it was our own dance choreography, and we worked so hard to put it together, and many hours of practice, after school hours and so forth, during school, for weeks or months, but we loved it. It was exciting. It was our passion, and it was for the school play, So that day came, and school play for the parents as well, and well, what happened is halfway through the performance, I had a freeze. I froze. I forgot the steps for a number of seconds, for a little while. And it was, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. I was so disappointed. I felt so bad for myself, and I felt bad for us and for her, because I ruined our performance. I just couldn't believe that I froze like that and that I forgot the steps. I was really beating myself up about that back then. And so that's how it started. Like stage fright type thing. So, and that's cool. So I got to the cause of it, and it's just, I just needed to shine the light on that, to clear it, to transmute that, right? So anyway, that's it, guys. And before I finish off, I also had a dream about a month ago, and in the dream it was about my soulmate, and it was, will my soulmate choose love or fear? Oh my God, I can't even believe I got that download. And so then I thought to myself, well, shit, what am I choosing? Well, I'm choosing love, and I'm choosing to stay open, and I'll continue getting out of my comfort zones and breaking through the fears and this bullshit program, no matter what. I've been doing it for the last 50 years, and now I'm doing it with YouTube videos, so yeah, I choose to live my life. I choose love. I choose to expand. I choose to evolve, because diamonds are only made under pressure, And it's through evolutionary tension that we grow and expand in the first place. So it's all part of it. So yeah, it's all a choice, guys. It's all a choice. I'll let you know what the soulmate chooses. Oh. Hey, dude. Anyway, I hope that helps, guys. I hope that helps. Love you guys. And I think that's it. Leave in the comments if you want to share, talk about your fears, so it can be seen and clear it out if you want to share. All right, well, that's it. Keep shining your light, Love you guys. Peace. Until next time.